Hoka Arahi. They debuted in 2017. A lot of people thought it would be very comparable to the Hoka Clifton, or was it something similar to the Bondi or the Vanquish? So I'm here to tell you what the Hoka Arahi is all about. So I run in the Hoka Cliftons. I had started with the Hoka Clifton 1s, I liked the Hoka Clifton 2s, I liked the Hoka Clifton 3s. Each one of them just was a little bit different and some pros and cons with each one of them, but I still tend to wear the Hoka Cliftons as my go-to running shoe. When I saw that they were actually coming out with some stability shoes, and myself being an overpronator, I thought I would give the Hoka Arahi a try. The Hoka Arahi, on the inside, you will see that it's got this pink part here. But when you turn over the shoe, you will notice this. This is the J-frame. So the Hoka Arahi has a J-frame, and what the J-frame does is it actually helps to make sure that the runner isn't rolling inwards, so a pronator. So the Hoka Arahi was the first stability shoe that Hoka had debuted. And I actually, after running in this shoe, very comparable to the Hoka Clifton 1, 2, and 3, and like I said, each one of them had a little bit of differences, but the Hoka Arahi really did its job, and I really do enjoy this shoe. I noticed that I had a little bit more stability. I felt like I wasn't rolling as much. Now, I don't feel like with the Hoka Clifton that it was giving me any problems, but I do feel that this gives me a little bit more stability, which is a good thing. The Hoka Arahi has that typical midfoot landing where they like to help you roll forward for that propulsion that you get on your forefoot. So I really did like the rocker, that it was very similar to the Clifton, and that was very comfortable. The midsole here on the bottom is very similar feel to the Clifton. It is still that EVA midsole, so it's still got that cushiony marshmallow feel that you would get. I trained for most of my Ironmans in my Clifton, but I did switch up to the Arahi. It is a good thing to have two different types of shoes to switch out. It helps kind of aid in your foot's recovery in between hard training sessions. So I did use the Hoka Clifton and Arahi to help me train for my Ironman. The Arahi does have this quick tab on the back, which is very helpful for multi-sport. So when you're switching between that bike and run, it does help to have this just to help you slip on your shoes a little bit easier. I ended up putting an orthotic inside of my shoe. I just tend to do that with all my running shoes. But the insole that came inside of it was very comfortable as well. Upper is a seamless upper, so there is no seams. Just as with some of my other Hoka shoes that they've really been doing the seamless uppers, it's a go. I really like the seamless upper because without the seams, you're not going to get those blisters or those hot spots or those rubbing areas. And that's a really nice thing to have. Really enjoy the Hoka Arahi. You should give them a try. I think you're really going to like them. They're very comparable to a Hoka Clifton. If you like that cushiony marshmallow, but not too marshmallowy, and still have that responsive feel, so you're not really sinking into that shoe, but you still want that responsive and be able to have that forefoot push, then this is your go-to shoe with a little bit of stability. Give them a try, the Hoka Arahi.